I'm here with Clay Murfet. Clay, tell me a little bit about what you do and for how long you've been doing it.
Yeah, so I own a massage therapy business and I'm a cycling and running coach. I've been doing massage therapy for about 5 years now and had my own business pretty much for the full 5 years.
Okay. What is your plan on where you want to take the business long term?
That kind of changes every now and then. I have a vision that kind of is changing, but ultimately I wanted to create a performance brand that has massage therapy, coaching, those sort of things to really help athletes perform at their best. And that kind of changes in terms of how large I want to grow, whether I want to hire other people or just keep it pretty small. So right now I'm happy just myself and Sarah for massage, but we'll see how that grows in the future.
Okay, awesome. So who is your target market? Who's your ideal client?
For me and my business, I focus pretty much on athletes or any recreational athlete, whether they're, a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. That was my primary focus to begin with. And then I soon realized that we all have the same body. So anyone can be an athlete if they want to be. So therefore, my practice is kind of broadened into just anybody who needs to focus on some self-care.
Okay. So what do you think is one mistake that you've made or a lesson that you've learned since you've been in business that any other entrepreneur could learn from and maybe avoid making the same mistake?
Great question. I feel like I've been very fortunate with mistakes. I haven't had too many that have been, crazy. I mean, there's a few little mistakes in here and there, but I think ultimately for me, I tried to focus on being very good at what I'm good at instead of trying to, do this and do that or hire someone to do this. So I started very small and just focused on being the best at what I do. So, and staying focused at that and as you get better and your business grows, then you can kind of broaden your kind of horizon a little bit. But pretty much being good at what you're good at is my biggest advice in that kind of realm. But I have been lucky so far with mistakes. I mean, like I said, I've made a few here and there, but nothing that's, too bad.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
No.
So you've obviously been an athlete before you opened your business. So tell me a little bit about the best coach or mentor you've ever had in business or coaching or sport, and why.
Great question again. I thought about this one long and hard, and I've been very fortunate throughout my cycling career to meet a lot of very instrumental, people in my life. But my first cycling coach who brought me to the States, Jamie Carney, he was not just a coach. He brought me over when I was 17. So he was more a coach, a mentor, father figure to me. So he was a really great coach, but also I felt like I could talk to him about, life and traveling and relationships and any sort of, life thing that would really help me kind of perform at a better level as an athlete once you can kind of balance all those other things. And then another lady I met, Pat Marzi, who again was instrumental in just life, really. Like if I had any questions about anything, whether it's business, again, any sort of range, I had her to talk to, and I really trusted her 100% in any kind of realm that I asked her about, which I think, and I say this to a lot of people, is that having mentors, whether it's a family member or friend or whomever you meet along the way, like having those mentors is so important for growth as a person and also business as well.
Absolutely. So what do you think the future looks like for your business? What challenges do you see moving forward?
I think the biggest challenge I've faced in this industry of massage is that, a good challenge, I would say, is that for massage, that for me, my clients want to see me. Mm-hmm. So hiring other people or growing in that sense it's hard because they want to see me. So then they have to trust whoever I bring on. So I've been very slow in hiring. I mean, I just hired Sarah recently, but that was after 4 years because I wanted to build my practice be the best I can possibly be without growing too quick. So I think in this industry, it's tough because a couple of things. If I'm not hands-on, A, you don't get paid. And B, if I hire other people, they might not have the trust that my clients have for me. So that's kind of difficult, that people want to see me. So it's hard to bring other people in.
Yeah.
So I think if I wanted to grow more, I don't necessarily think it would be another massage therapist. I think, I'm not sure, any sort of, it might be another coach or whatever. So.
Okay. So what would you recommend to a young person starting their first business today?
Great question. I think the most important thing is you've got to love what you do, and you've got to be passionate about it, because starting your own business is insanely tough, and it's a hustle, it's a grind. And if you don't love what you do, then it's going to be a tough road. And just understanding that it is really, really hard, and there's no shortcuts. You've got to really, really be working hard, depending on what industry, to get clients and, market whatever you're doing. But I think the biggest thing is just loving what you do, and being committed to like a long game. Nothing happens quick. So just like being committed and just embracing the challenges.
Yeah. Enjoy the journey.
Exactly.
Awesome. So is there anything you want to include for as far as an offer for people watching the interview today? And then how can people find you?
So I try and keep my things my ways to find me pretty simple. So claymurfetperformance.com, and you can book online, schedule online. I find that's the easiest way to get people to link up their schedules. So my website's the easiest way. You can schedule online, and it's super simple.
Awesome. And last question, what most inspires you as you continue to build your business today?
I'm inspired by the younger generations moving forward. And I'm inspired by the shifts in health and wellness. I see those all the time. And I feel like it's on a positive trajectory at the moment. So it inspires me to kind of work with the next generation coming through, keep learning the new science and philosophies coming out in regards to health and wellness, and just kind of perfecting my trade and getting better at my job and just continuing to learn.
Cool. Well, Clay, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining me for the interview today.
Thanks very much for having me.